25. Everything's backwards on here. Of the How Can I Keep from Singing Challenge. My name is Dan Roeder. I am a composer, performer, and educator, and chief academic officer of the David Z Foundation. And I am joined by Mrs. Pixel, who is amazing. And do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. From Pear Coin. We are Meme Coin on Solana. You can find us at pearcoin.xyz and check out our whole entire cool website and project. And you can support us at by purchasing our single for Trials of a Pear by Orchard Brown, this cute little character here that you see on the screen. He can really jam and sing in the key of blues. It's only 69 cents and it's available on all your favorite major music platforms.
Woohoo! It's actually where we're starting today. We're gonna start with Orchard Brown, and we're gonna help him help us get the song in the right key for your voice.
Look at his gentle smile.
Look at
Look at
that.
the
I
heart.
mean, that's somebody I would trust.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put back up the challenge in case you want to join us. I think you do. I'm gonna just kind of assume you want to join us for the How Can I Keep from Singing challenge. We are on day 25, but this could be your day one. And you can also, if you just reach out to us in the next 5 days, we'd love to have somebody else come into the studio and show us what you're working on. Do warm up with us, do the things. But this is all about being the best singer you can from the inside out. And we've been studying two different methodologies for movement and singing with our whole body, mind, and spirit. The first is Bartinia Fundamentals of Human Development. It's a really fancy way of saying, hey, we all go through the same patterns as we're learning to walk. Starting with breath, going all the way to walking. We develop these patterns over time. And then now we're focusing on Laban movement analysis and how we can look at efforts to help inform our character choices for a song. And I'm not talking like we're all doing musical theater. That could be a thing for people. The character work is very, very applicable in musical theater. But any song you're singing, it's going to be from a perspective to an audience, right? So what we've been studying is how can we be more aware of our physicality and the way that we're interpreting the lyrics and the way we're delivering and performing the lyrics to be able to communicate that emotion. Because that's the power of music, is it really gets us up in our feels. It gets us feeling, right? When you see the most incredible music performance, you remember it because you feel it. You know what they're talking about on a very, very much personal and physical level, right? So that's what we're doing, and we're hopping right into Bandlab. But before we do that, let me just say, if you would like to join us in the challenge, there's the QR code. If you're the QR code type, not everybody is, so you can also go to nas.io and /keep singing. You can also, if you're watching this on X, you can go to my profile, and it's all over the place. We have a community on X called How Can I Keep From Singing? And we also have the links to join this NAS community. And the benefit of joining us on NAS is actually what we're going to show you right now. We have a Bandlab class set up where you can actually do a little bit of tailoring to your own voice. Say you have a karaoke track and it's a little too high or a little too low. We'll show you a really easy way and free way. We like to present things that are free 99. How to modulate that key without changing the sound and the timing. And this is through Bandlab for education. I am a teacher. I'm a special ed teacher. I'm a music teacher. And so I like to make things accessible for everybody, especially in music. So let me just hide this for right now so we can get more real estate in Bandlab. We're going to start with the Bandlab work, the very technical stuff today. And then we're going to get into a few warm-ups, and we'll have Mrs. Pixel record a version of her song. So to get into Bandlab, you just have to go to this community, nas.io / thank you, Mrs. Pixel, for teaching me the difference, / keep singing. and then you can just it's a free community to join, it's a free challenge to join, and then you have access so the Bandlab information to join the class is right in there, and
And the more the people
you get to
join, the more that
yes.
we can all learn from each other on our
Exactly, exactly. That's the dream. Right now we have 5 days left of creating the content for this challenge, and shout out to the people that are just building this plane with us as we fly it, and are kind of doing everything alongside us. And it's been pretty cool to get some comments on what people are working on, and what people have questions about. So this is going to be a great opportunity just to get into that community of people that want to help each other be better, right? And this is not for professional singers. It is for professional singers, but it's also for beginner singers. It's for all singers. It's a y'all come sing choir.
if
um,
you have a mouth that you can put food in, you it's for you.
That's got to be a T-shirt, and it's on like Bartania Fundamental number 3, the mouthing little baby bird. Yeah, I love it. So let's all channel our inner baby birds, and we'll chirp together. So anyway, to get into this Bandlab class, all things free. What do you got to lose? And let's hop in, Mrs. Pixel. So I want to first just kind of talk about this transposition feature in Bandlab. The cool thing is that they have an algorithm that doesn't really change the sound a lot of the track when you are going within a reasonable range. So what I mean by that is if you're going like if say you're starting, and this is what ours is actually doing. We're starting in B minor is what Trials of the Pair is in. Oh, the trials of a pair. But we found that just through some experimentation, we're going to go down to G minor, which is where Mrs. Pixel has kind of those money notes in her range. And so we want to tailor that to her. So we're just going from here down to here. So we're going down a minor or major third. You don't have to know what that means, but just kind of know, like if you have a piano player that can help you, or a singer, guitar player, they can kind of help you change the key and just identify what key you want it in. And that's going to be best for your voice. You can also just reach out to any of us in the community too. We're here to help each other. So we're starting with this G minor. So if you could go ahead and drag in the original track, please, Mrs. Pixel.
Alright, let's do
So
that.
a lot of tracks will have the metadata in it that will have the key. So you'll notice as she's dragging it in, right here. Can you see? No. Can you show? Yeah. Can you show the B minor? There you go. Yep. Where the little cursor is wiggling around. It just auto detected that, okay, we're in B minor. So can you just play the beginning of this, please, in B minor? Yeah.
Life has a carrying sweet, hanging on a branch in heat.
All right, there we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and again, there's this is just determining what key to sing it in. Go ahead and click on the B minor, and then you're going to click on G, and we want to keep it in minor, so it's already selected a minor, and then you can just yep, and it'll ask you, do you want to adjust the pitch? And she's gonna say yes, adjust. So now it's going to move it into G minor and everything with it. It's not going to change the time, which is really important, but go ahead and hit play. Now, you'll notice something really funny about the voice.
Life has a carrying
Got a little
sweet,
husky, huh?
hanging on.
Yeah. Okay. So let's totally get rid of that track. And that was just if the key signature is detected, that's what you do. You just have to put the track in. It'll tell you what key, and then you tell it the key you want it to be in. You can even just play around. Like there's no reason you can't just like, oh, maybe what would A minor sound like, So that's one way. But Mrs. Pixel, can you explain a little bit? And I'm going to be putting this in the community as well. That process for with CapCut, another free app.
Yeah.
um,
Uh-huh. Yeah, so, CapCut, an app that you can just download, and there's lots of free, usage, uh, what do you call that? Frills, bells, and whistles, but of course, there's in-app
features,
purchases,
features and
features,
functions.
features and functions, and then there's the, pro version, which is what I have,
Ah, right, I
uh,
forgot that's a paid one. Yeah.
and it's, if if you're that person, it's a great app to have if you like creating content very quickly from your phone. But yeah, there's a feature where you can take and isolate the voice very easily. You drop in your audio and you just scroll over and you'll find voice isolation. You select it and it takes out the vocals of your track. So it takes, maybe 10 minutes, but that's what
Yeah.
we did in this case.
Yeah, and so we've during earlier in the challenge she actually kind of showed that we watched the video together, so that video will be in the community as well. And what the first thing we did, I called, what did I call it? The bait and switch. Where this is, if you play piano or guitar or whatever, or one of the functions of Bandlab is it actually has like a billions of loops, not billions, but thousands of loops where you can actually make your own arrangement. So that's what we started doing. And so I can just play like in G minor, so I can play it through, and we'll do our own arrangement in one of these next final 5 episodes, and kind of go that other route where we're actually doing our own arrangement and cover. This is all, to say that this is for educational purposes, right? Be aware of your habits of buying music, and manipulating tracks, and using samples and everything like that. So just be aware of that. And I'll give you a clue. Like the minute you start making money with something and monetizing, that's where you really have to have your I's dotted, your T's crossed. And we're no longer playing in the musical sandbox. We are, then you're kind of going into that. I'm a professional paid musician, so just be aware of sync licenses, mechanical licenses, blanket licenses, and know the rights that you have. And then, as a creator myself, and Mrs. Pixel's a creator, um, intellectual property is very important. So I just like to always give that public service announcement and caveat. But at the same time, it's wonderful to learn new skills just by getting curious about music and playing around. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. So here's the second way. So pretend you had CapCut and you extracted some audio. Mrs. Pixel, would you mind just dropping in the CapCut version? So the lead vocal is stripped out. And by the way, this track was AI generated. So we're doing a cover of an AI track, and that's one of the cool things, in the name of creativity, that we can use. It's just a use case for this AI generated music, is to do your own covers and arrangements and everything. And again, just know what those licenses are. But I think it's always nice to have one more color on the palette and one more tool in the toolbox, so we can use this in kind of a different way. So go ahead and just play this. It's going to be back into B minor. So you can hear like the ghost singer, like these little artifacts of the ghost singer. But this is just something that's very quick that you can do to find a key that is right for you. So you'll notice that it didn't actually auto detect. We're still in G minor. So go ahead and flip it back to B minor. We already know that's the key of the song. And then, yep. So now say, don't adjust. So we're kind of, this is a little bit of a hack. We're telling it that, well, since you didn't auto detect it, Bandlab, we're just going to tell you what key this is in. Okay, so now it may seem weird, but we're going to go back to G minor and hit G minor again. And now we say adjust. And it's going to do the same thing it did when it detected the key. It's going to go down to that G minor. Isn't that cool?
So cool.
So cool. Okay,
Figured it out.
we're gonna put that away for a second, but don't throw it away, Mrs. Pixel. We're just gonna do some warming up and breathing and get into our routines. Um, and then we'll go back to it, and we're gonna record as much of the song as we can in our new G minor track. So this is one thing you can do, and this is a checkpoint actually on the challenge itself. If you go into the NAS community, you'll see, I think it's checkpoint either 2 or 3, where it says find your key. We got to find a space to kind of be playful, find your musical sandbox time, and then the second one is find a song, something to work on. And then the third one is going to be find the key of that song. And that's basically just optimizing it for your voice so that it's comfortable to sing and to explore. And this is all about low stakes practice. So that's what we just showed, was kind of well, how do I do that? Well, that's how you do it. We've got tools for that. So we're going to do some breathing and vocal warm-ups. And then I'm excited to start actually recording this song. Yay. All right.
Woo.
Let's start with our trapdoor breath. It's here, I'm going to move this. You can still hear me, right? Ish.
Yep.
Okay. So start with the trapdoor breath, and we're going to just find our space. Move your hips side to side. You can make a figure 8. Figure 8s are always just really great. A figure 8 is really great. Please. And then, you can just kind of follow where that energy is going. Like, how do you want to move your body? Yesterday we did a big, long Bartinieff warm up. We're not doing that today, but we want to get our body going. So, roll your shoulders back, crickety crack. And then forward is always harder for me. I had a rotator cuff thing a few years ago from our dog. She saw a deer. She got very excited. She tried to rip my arm out of its socket. Yeah, that's a happy thing to think about, isn't it? All right. So also just give yourself a little neck massage too. A lot of times we get tension as singers in the jaw, in the shoulders, and we kind of think about like releasing there. But we also get a lot of tension in our neck, and just follow that head-tail connection. Give yourself a little facial massage. It's fun to do, and just get things kind of loosened up. And then now, let's set our trap door. So we're gonna set your hands like this, right below your rib cage, 2 or 3 fingers above your belly button. That's where your diaphragm is gonna be, most likely. And I'll just have mine up here so you can see what we're doing. We're gonna start by breathing out, and then breathe in. And just imagine that air is coming in like a vacuum. So as you're doing this, if you feel your shoulders start to tense up, just kind of shake out your hands and let them drop. That's where our arms want to be, and then reset your trap door. But you want to have that be as effortless and soundless as possible. And you should feel a little tickle behind your eyes, behind your nose. That's your soft palate rising, and just that thinking that cathedral space in your mouth. And then as you exhale, you want to just kind of reset that trap door as efficiently as possible, and then get that breath in an instant, right? Okay, so let's do one more. And if you need to reset ever, I find it helpful to just breathe out to remember where we are in the breathing process. So, and it always opens on an inhale. All right, so I want to do just an extending breath. We're going to breathe in on 2 counts and then breathe out on 2. And then we're going to go up by 1. And this is something that the longer your exhale as a singer, the better, obviously. But maybe it's not obvious. But just as we want to be thinking in phrases, and we want to be thinking typically, if we have a song with words, it's going to be following the punctuation. So our commas, our periods, our colons, semicolons, exclamation points. That's where we want to most likely breathe because that's the natural stop in language if it was spoken. So we're going to breathe in for 2 and then out for 2. And we'll just add 1 on the exhale. In for 2, out for 3. Okay? All right. Breathe in and out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Out for 3. In for 2 next. Seven is next. All right, so I just want to give a little caveat for that particular exercise. It's really important that you only do that to the extent that it's feeling helpful. If you start to feel lightheaded, if you start to feel like, ooh, I'm a little dizzy, too far, right? We don't want to fall over. We just want to extend our breathing. And often we can do that just by thinking calm on the way out, right? And we're thinking new energy, and then I'm calm. Right? That's why it's so helpful to breathe if we're upset, if we're anxious, if we're startled, if we're sad. Breath really helps in just resetting our central nervous system. But the other thing is, when you're trying to remind somebody to breathe, it's best to just go up to them and say, rather than breathe, like just breathe. That's terrifying. It's very confrontational, and they're not going to feel like they want to breathe. They're going to feel like they want to, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So just know that everybody has this in their toolkit to be able to just take some more breaths and reset. All right, so let's do some vocal warm ups. We're going to start on a It should kind of tickle your lips. You want that. Think like Julia Childs. I didn't mention her yesterday at all. Not at all. Not once. All right.
You're gonna have to make up for it.
I have to. I get 6 today. 6 mentions. So we think of Julia Childs as having like the most pure and open and lovely vowels. And if you just say anything like Julia Childs, you have this tallness in back. That's really important. I learned that from Mr. Robert Sieving, my high school choir director, and I just take it with me to this day. So just say. Like Julia Childs. I bet you've never done that, having Mrs. Pixels. What's your problem? Right? So let's do that on a. We'll go down. hear the lips buzzing? If you don't, then open up more back. It's kind of a funny feeling. Now let's go to the same exercise but going up, and we're going to open to an ah. It sounds like this. Think of that your jaw is sinking into gravity more and more as you open up, and then we're keeping that space and back. And smile. We can hear a smile. And just switch to ah. And add a ya. 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 If it gets too high, you can drop out or move down. Ya. Ya. All right, name that note, Mrs. Pixel.
C.
Oh,
What?
no, it was a B flat, though. It's a high B flat. Yeah. So for the... yeah.
Okay.
All right, I won't do that again. That's
I'm
not
not there yet. I'm not there yet.
All right, so let's do, this is one I love. It's a pop, 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 pop. Put your hand right on your diaphragm, and you should feel a little bounce. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. All right, how do you feel about that one, Miss Pixel?
Oh, after doing the humming and then doing that, it's just like I'm tingling. My body is like,
Yeah, that's like my lips are still kind of tingling, and I feel really connected with my breath. That's what we want. So now let's do some. We'll do the balance onset one that we did yesterday. So if you weren't here yesterday, remember it's like driving a stick shift. We've got the clutch right here, and we've got the gas right here, right? So we want to make sure we're not stalling the car. That's going to be a glottal, right? It's going to be like, g, g. That's that a lot of air going through. It kind of pops our vocal cords open. It's like, blah! It's like a splat. And we want to have a nice balance onset, like, right? And it's hung, ah, hung. The ha gets the breath going. The gets that space in the back of our mouth. And then the ah reminds us to open up, right? It's all those things together. Hung, ah, hung, ah, hung, and that's too low for me, but I'm going to keep going, and I'm just going to move my voice up. Last one. That's a low B for our Earth Mother altos and Rachmaninoff basses. So let's do one more, and we'll do our number game because it's so fun. And so just a refresher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. And what this is helping us do is getting more flexibility in intervals, especially the descending intervals are challenging. So that's where we're going 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. We're getting lots of good interval practice there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And be careful about the 1, 5, 3, 5. The pattern is usually the 4, right? But make sure we're singing the 3. 1, 5, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's keep going, but let's really open up on the 5, like Julia Childs. 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yay!
There we go. Wow.
Whew.
Fast. Yeah. So I feel energized. Let's go back to Bandlab. And let's go for it. Okay, so this is all you, Mrs. Pixel. I would say just go ahead and for right now, we're gonna practice recording, and then analyzing, and then applying what we analyze. So in this whole Laban theory, we're really talking about objectivity in analysis. And yesterday we talked about like it's okay to invite your critic to leave the room. Invite your inner critic to just go take a coffee break, and then you just observe, right? So you're not saying like, "Oh my gosh, it sounded so bad," or like, "I wish I had more breath behind that." You're saying, "I wonder what it would sound like if I were to take a breath here instead of there," or "I wonder what we could do to open up my vowels more." So then you just kind of do these wonderings and these curiosities. You know, judgment in this kind of work is often just time not well spent because it's much better to say like, all right, let's try this and this and this, do some data analysis, and then we'll apply what we observed, right? So that's what we're doing. So Mrs. Pixel, whenever you're ready, go ahead and I'm going to mute so you don't have extra background noise.
Speaking of data analysis,
Data analysis.
let's expand for the viewers. Can we pop off the Keep from Singing QR code and maybe get some more real estate?
Yes. Ooh, very good data analysis.
And then are we adding any more tracks on the vocals? Like, for example, yesterday when we
yeah. Good question. So thank you for reminding me. So here's how to add a track. There's in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see right below the Bandlab sign, a couple tabs down, you see add track. So go ahead and click that. We're gonna just add one vocal track, and we're gonna, we'll be adding one at a time, but we want a couple different versions. And then as we're analyzing, we want to just have one track that is live and able to be heard. So we're going to mute the other ones. So go ahead and add the top track. It says voice/audio. And there we go. And now just make sure it looks like you're good. Can you just say something into your mic?
Test, test, test.
Yeah. And then click the button that says monitoring. So that'll turn the monitoring on. So now you can hear everything in your ear. So I would turn that off because you want to have your headphones. Like that's the biggest thing when you're recording anything, because we don't want to be recording the vocal or the music track onto the vocal track, because then we can't really do anything with it. We want to just get the isolated vocal track. So you wear headphones, and then looks like you're ready to just start recording. So whenever you're ready, go for it.
Life as a parent, sweet, hanging on a branch and heat, rolling with the seasons. Pause. I have the wrong lyrics, and I couldn't do it without it.
Oh, no problem. Do you have those lyrics, the new ones, handy? By the way, we did rewrite part of the song. We took out some AI-ness. Yeah, so it recorded. Do you have a speaker going too, or is it just your headphones? Because it sounds like it's recording something from a speaker.
I don't have a speaker, just the Rodecaster and headphones.
Oh, so yeah, there might be some routing in the Rodecaster that it's like it's looping back, possibly. But I'm not sure. That we'd have to maybe check on your end. But just for all intents and purposes, we can pretend it's not there. But the most important thing is go ahead and turn off the little thing that says auto pitch, because that is for whatever reason they changed the UI. And it's actually I realized that's what was going on yesterday. It was so funny. We ended yesterday's session in stitches because it was like recording the track and then it auto-tuned it and it was in the wrong key, and it was like recording in B minor but going to G minor.
All the things gone wrong.
It was a trip. We broke Bandlab. But yeah, so let's make sure that auto-tune is not on. Let's go for it again.
Okay.
And we're gonna have some bleed from the track, but that's okay. We can troubleshoot that later.
Life as a parent, sweet, hanging on a branch and never know quite why the good life passing by. Tree above it casts its shade, in the sky I slowly fade. In the darkness, toil and strive, as a tough old kind of life. For the trials of a pair in the orchard's heavy air, destined for a basket full, moving stories of the past.
Great. Yeah, let's stop there. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and I think since there's bleed through, go ahead and mute the music track, and then let's just listen to it back. And hopefully it didn't auto-tune. I think we're good. Yay.
Life as a parent, sweet, hanging on a branch and he never know quite why the good life's passing by. Tree above it casts its shade. Beneath the sky I slowly fade. In the darkness, toil and strife. Pairs a tough old kind of life. Oh, the trials of a pair in the orchard's heavy air, destined for a basket cold, leaving stories left untold.
Nice. Okay. First of all, congratulations on doing one of the hardest things in music, and that's listening to yourself sing. It is for everybody a really hard thing, but every time you do it, you can be more and more objective about it. I thought it was phenomenal.
Oh,
I have some things that I noticed, but I want to hear what you noticed first. Like, what did you observe?
my vowels. I'm not like I need to.
Julia.
Yeah, I need to find my phrasal destinations.
Ooh, what do you mean by phrasal destination? What's that?
So I want to get in front of I want to get on the edge of the note, and I need to find out uh, where I'm putting my emphasis.
Right.
So, yeah, I
Yeah,
need to target those moments where I'm pushing and then I'm breathing.
exactly. Yeah, and so well said. So that's this whole phrasal destination thing. I think one of the first lessons we actually covered that, and it's really knowing where you're going. And identifying that first, making intentional decisions about what's the most important word emotionally, maybe what's the most important word musically in the phrase. Do they line up? How do they inform each other? So there's all these very analytical questions, and that's why we have this new Laban tool to help us. So do you remember what I think we had? Oh, the trials of a pair in the orchard's heavy air. Let's just go that far. And I think you started with, was it a punch and then a
Mhm.
slash and a
Punch
glide,
and
or a
a
ring and a
ring
glide?
and a glide.
Yeah. And people who are like listening to this are like, what are they talking about? All right, I'm gonna put the chart up in a little bit, but let's just kind of remember what we did, and we'll demonstrate the difference, and then we'll kind of break it down into the Laban. So can you just say, "Oh, the trials of a pair in the orchard's heavy air," or whatever the words are, but with your Laban, and just saying it like you're saying a line.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
Okay. So I didn't hear. Just try it. Make sure to make each movement have its own life, right?
Yes. Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
See, that time I heard the thinking. Okay, now do the same thing again. We're gonna go for like not thinking. Like a little bit of automaticity. Go for it.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
Good. And then one more time.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
All right, now here's a twist. Same thing, but add Julia Child's voice.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
Okay, good. So, folks listening, you don't know necessarily what she was doing. We're going to break it down in a bit, but now just record that first part again, just the first part. So go ahead and mute the track. Yep, there we go. You're on it. You need to add one more track though, because I want to keep the last one. We want to be able to see what our progress is, right? There we go. Perfect.
Life as a pear ain't sweet, hanging on a branch. Never know just quite why good life's passing by. Tree above it casts its shade, beneath the sky is slowly fade. In the darkness, toil and strife as
Okay, now with the actions. Oh no. That's okay. All right,
Frog in my throat.
sorry. Yeah, let's just start there, right on it. You actually, you did have a big difference in how you performed the first part too. So
I
I would
think
add another track. I want to come back to this track
I
later.
my
But
cathedralness opened up to the point where a frog jumped out of my throat,
oh
like,
no, not the froggy throat. Okay, so now, yeah, that was really cool. I don't know that it actually recorded a waveform though. So I think you make sure that you have it record armed. Yeah, I think we should be good now.
hopefully I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see right away. Like, just do like a little test when you hit record, and if we don't see a waveform, we got to fix it.
Test, test.
Yeah, I don't think it's recording. Go ahead and play back. I don't think it recorded. Nope. It's the sound of silence. All right. Let's go ahead and go down to the auto tune thing and make sure it's still. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're. What's the input? What should it be? Yeah, and then just check. Okay, yeah, now we're good. Now we see the level. Now you should be good to record. And then just remember, when you get to the trials of a pair, get those actions in there.
Life as a pair ain't sweet, hanging on.
No, it's not recording. Yeah, I don't know why. Um, What do you have your yeah, let's I don't wanna get bogged down in like the Bandlab of it all. So let's because I think we're gonna have to kind of tailor it off to an ending soon anyway. But let's go ahead and I wanna just kind of show folks so that we have more context for how this Laban works. Can you go to the chorus in what you already recorded? If you turn that one back on. Yep, and then go to the chorus. It's like at measure 17-ish or 18-ish, somewhere in there. Yeah, and go ahead and play that.
There's a tough old kind of life. Oh, the trials of a pair in the orchard's heavy air.
Okay, so let's right there. Yeah. So now I want you to sing that. Oh, the trials. There's your G minor chord. So sing that, but with the Laban movements.
Okay.
Just a cappella.
Oh, the trials of a pair in the orchard's heavy air.
Yes. So night and day difference already, just with the movements. So what were your movements, just so I can kind of show them on screen?
I was
Was it punch first, or I
it
don't
was
remember.
it was more of a ring. I think I
Oh, the
kind of
trials, the
Mhm.
trials. Okay. Oh, the
It was like a
trials of a
punch and
pair.
it was similar to the first.
Okay. So yeah. So what? Oh, the trials of a pair. Because I think you did like a slash ring or a punch ring. Do you remember that?
Right, right.
Okay. So oh, the trials of a pair in the was it slash? Yeah, then it was a slash. And then I know we had a glide in there too.
Like
In
glide. It
the
was like
orchard's heavy
tactile.
air. Right. Yeah. So what are we doing? Well, we're doing some Laban effort movements. And I think, just in the interest of time, I need to, move on to something else very soon. But to give context for that, we have these different efforts that we do things with weight, space, time, and I just Oh my gosh, I just blanked.
Oh,
Wait, space, time, and flow. I wasn't
I was
flowing.
gonna say
Yeah.
energy,
I'm like,
but yeah.
bound or free. What do we call that? Yeah. So, there, like a punch is going to be very quick. It's very direct. It's got a bound flow to it, and it's heavy. We have this heavy punch, as opposed to like a glide, which is going to be pretty indirect and light, and free flow and sustained, like slow or sustained. So when we add those movements into this, what she's actually performing, and we go from just like saying words to what do these words mean? Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air, right? So that's the great thing about these movements, is there's no wrong way to do them. There are going to be ways that seem more helpful, probably, but you can always change it up. So maybe if I wanted to do like, oh, the trials, this is a slash. Oh, the trials of a pear. Like instead of the pear, like we're juicing the pear, it's like a pear. So try these different things, and then when you added that to opening up a little bit, I want to just demonstrate that again because it sounded so good. And I this time I want your phrasal destination to be orchards. Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchards. Got to
Mhm.
open up that jaw. In the orchard's heavy air. However you sing the notes. So go for it one more time with the actions.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
Good. So, okay, I want to work on the orchards because it
Yeah,
feels like you're kind
yeah.
of closing off, and almost like you're trying to open up, but you're shrinking away from the note. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I want you to throw it like a frisbee.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
the trials of a pear in the
Mm.
orchards. Like I don't even care if I hit the note. All
Right, right.
right, go for it.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
Yeah, good. Okay, so now we're gonna take one of our old tricks. Do you have something close to you that you can just throw up in the air and catch and distract yourself? Because you have that feeling now behind the words, but now you just need to kind of deliver the whole thing as a complete package. So this is another hack. Go for it.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy air.
Oh my word! Did you feel the power
I
in
felt
that?
that. I was like,
Yeah.
uh,
In the
tossing in
orchard.
the air.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, I'm taking on the whole orchard now. No, that's awesome. So, that's just to say, like, from the beginning. Now, I want you to play, like, see if you can find that, like, measure 18. Listen to it again now, and difference when you just did a few simple changes. Yeah, I think it's measure 17 or 18. I just kind of listen to those back to back because what you just sang is amazing.
Well, thank you.
Can you play it like at measure 17?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know.
Sorry, working on it.
No problem. Like
In the
you were
position.
just like coming down from the
Yeah.
orchard. All right, go for it.
Holy fa
Yep, that was good. We can start there. Put a loop on. You just gotta tap that loop. There you go.
Loop-de-loop.
Loop. There you go. Okay, perfect.
Darkness, toil, and strife, pairs a tough old kind of life. Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard's heavy
Okay, so
air.
now I want you to sing it again the way you just sang it before. Oh, the trials. Go for it.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard. Oh.
Yep. In the That's the Julia Child. In the
Oh.
orchard. Yep.
Alright.
Oh, the trials of a pear in the orchard. Yep.
Oh, the trials of a pair in the archer's heavy air. No.
Yeah, no, so it's getting better and better. I think a couple minutes ago, like you just really let it go.
I did.
You like Elsified it,
And then I heard my old vocal track, and it
right?
made me a little depressed.
Oh, but now we take that and we say, all right, old self, here's something new. Right? So, but it's
Mm.
always good to hear things kind of side by side and be like, oh wow, I have so many options. So I think
Glad
let's
to
end
hear
it
it.
here. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then we'll
I'm
kind
very
of
happy with that, thank you.
yeah. No, it sounded amazing. So what you can do, like, if you have time to do homework, I don't know, like, I don't even have time to do homework, so I'm not. This is an expectation, but it's an opportunity. Then I would say, just go back to that and record as much as you can, the whole song a few times, and then this is just what we can all do as part of this process. We record it a few times, we take some notes, we say, I wonder what I can do differently. Is there maybe a different effort that I can bring to it? And tomorrow we'll get back into these efforts and really ground ourselves in what these are. But I have to get into a meeting. So this
How's it
is,
off?
yeah,
Good.
this is always a wonderful way to start the day. So thank you so much, Mrs. Pixel.
Aw, shucks. Thank you, can't thank you enough. This has been an epic for me. So
Yay! And if well, I'm gonna put on my announcer voice and say, if you too would like an epic singing experience, then come join the How Can I Keep from Singing community. Community.
woo.
That wasn't cheesy, was it?
No, not at all.
All
Not even
right.
a little.
All right. Well, we hope to see you in the community, everybody,
The
and
more the merrier.
thanks so much. The more the merrier.
Join
Come and
us.
get some free singing lessons. So I don't know. That was my Muppet voice. All right, I gotta just end this.
Roll with it.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, Mrs. Pixel. And remember, Fridays are always a little different. So I've got to take my daughter to school, and we get to you get to sleep in more.
Woohoo.
So yeah, we'll touch base on when we're doing this, but we hope to have somebody in the next few days join us in the studio. Oh, we have some chat! Yay!
Yay.
Oh, yay! Oh, look. Okay, I thought it said Billy Joel. They said hello, and then
Oh, man.
I just followed you, by the way. Yay! That's
On
awesome.
Twitch.
Yay, Billy
Okay.
Joe on Twitch.
Yeah.
Billy Joe, you just won a prize.
Oh, shoot.
Remember?
Right.
It was like when I signed up for a Twitch account, I said the first person that follows me on Twitch is gonna get a prize. So I don't, let's talk. We'll get you that prize. But thank you, Billy Joe. Thank you. All right. And on that
Go,
note,
Billy Joe.
yeah, we will see everybody tomorrow. We'll review the Laban and the actual efforts and kind of work through those in the second verse of this song as we continue doing your own arrangement. And what's really fun is I'm gonna record a little piano version of it for you, and we can kind of play
Woo.
around with more arranging stuff too. So all right,
Awesome.
we shall see everybody hopefully tomorrow. Until then, make a beautiful day and keep singing. And the more the merrier.